All right, welcome to another episode of Dropping Sheep with Jeff. I figure I'll start with this headliner. This is the old police headliner. Pretty much the same. Got a couple the cuts a little bit different from a 2016 to a 2013. This was, might have been 2012 from this headliner, but it was in good shape. I washed it and let it dry in the sun. Missing this light, I had to go in and cut this. Cut this and drill out these holes. The third brake light. And remove the magnet. This had a magnet to hold it up in the back. All right, so I'm gonna use the ticket light, and I want all the courtesy lights. This was a premium trim police car, so I did have this. So it's gonna be a little easier to hook everything up on, you know, accessory ignition power for all the interior lights. Well, actually, the battery power for the back lights. But used a piece of wood on this panel. I ground it down. Couldn't grind the inside down. I had a double. I was able to just barely get my hand in there and take my drill master grinder and wallow down the piece of wood while the piece of steel was dry. So I knew exactly how it was going to fit with a board, because I got a piece of wood holding this in here until it dries, and cleaned it really, really well. It's a pretty big piece of metal because I wanted a good surface area, and I knew I was going to come back and wallow this down some more. Just wallow it down so the Bondo will fill it in. You won't see the outline of it. And you know, I got the trunk lining pulled back, vacuumed everything out. Same with up here. You can see, grounded down on both sides here. And I DA sanded it with my pneumatic sander, 400 grit. Sanded this down, wallowed this out. But once it dries, this stuff's gonna be like as if it's welded. So I'll be able to wallow this down a little more around here so it'll fill in. The Bondo will fill in the outline. You won't see that line. That's what you're trying to get away from. See, the whole interior has been removed and cleaned. And I'm glad I did, because I found some holes where the bolts got knocked loose. And I used patches, panel bonded it, both sides. Headliner, same thing, using this piece of wood to hold pressure. You can't with this 3M panel bond. You need to, it's very expensive, costs over $80 at O'Reilly's special order. And you glue that patch, pretty big patch in there. Pizza box, piece of wood, keep pressure. Once you put it in place, you can't remove it. Once you press it up in there, you don't want to disturb it. So that, I bought a steamer to take all this tint out. So the tint's terrible. That rear package tray came from another car. Pretty much a lot of the interior is from another car. Taking off these door panels, we're gonna glue them. I still gotta put the little, I forgot, I gotta put the little silver pop-ups in the back doors. And these door panels, once you figure them out, they aren't too hard to take apart. But heat gets in between, separates these. I'm just gonna repair them best I can. So we're gonna get that perfect before we prep it for paint. Same with over here. This door came off of a 2013. You can use these back doors from the older models. Still got to replace the trim, but definitely worth $98. I didn't get the guts with it, that's why it was a little cheaper. Up here, I'm gonna try to repair this, melt this back together with the old Harbor Freight. I bought both of the, the welder, Harbor Freight plastic welder, and the soldering gun. So we're gonna see what we can do. I've got a good heat gun, heat this up, try to repair it. This thing was a victim of deer. Had a brush guard on it, protected it for the most part, but it did bust the headlights and damage the front bumper. Try to fix it and see what we can do. It's gonna take a lot of elbow grease. Of course, I got these Firestone Firehawks out of the junkyard. This car had aluminum wheels. I didn't like them, took them off. Yeah, we're gonna get this flush. So when when I body fill it, you won't be able to tell it at all. Got numbers on the roof. Definitely has to be painted, so. And I used a lot of what I had laying around. Here's my DA sander from Lowe's. Still have material from my last car that I did. Got lots of good stuff. Everything does the job. Here's my spare door. You can see had a crease. It's pretty beat up. So if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.